Hey everybody, welcome back to Cineflix. My name is Manny,
I'm Juan.
and today we're going to be discussing Spider-Man: Far From Home. So before we get started, this is a full-on spoiler-filled discussion. So there's a spoiler warning if you haven't seen Far From Home. Was it Homecoming?
Yeah.
Go ahead and watch it, and then come back and watch this video and join in, and you can enjoy our discussion. With Far From Home, I saw it as like two parts. I kind of like the second half better. For me, when it started, like even the first scene, it just felt like weird to me. Only because I don't know why, it just felt a little off. The whole movie kind of fell off to me in some parts, and I guess that was the point, because of the whole Mysterio's, like, not really who he is. He's pretty much pretending to be a superhero from another world, and there is no. Like they said in the trailer, there was a multiverse, but turns out there isn't a multiverse. He's just from this universe. He used to work with Tony Stark, and now he's just trying to be the top. Is he doing it for publicity, or is he just?
He wants to be a hero, I guess.
Yeah, he wants to be a hero, but then.
But I guess I don't know. They don't. I guess they don't explain that.
And they explain too much his motives.
The only thing he says is he wants to be the number one hero.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Yeah, he wants to be the number one hero. But yeah, so the first scene pops up, and then you see Nick Fury and Robin Scherbatsky. What's her name in this universe? Whatever.
Maria Hill.
Maria Hill?
Yeah.
Agent Hill? She does not look like a Hill. Agent Hill. But whatever, I was like, they could have done without that scene. Why did we have that? The movie could have just started.
One?
The one where
in the very beginning.
In the very beginning, there was like no reason for that at all. That could have been an end credit scene. That was like, it feels like that was an end credit scene for like Endgame, and then they're like, nah, let's just.
It could have just happened somewhere later on throughout the movie.
Yeah, for real.
That
was a little random. Then the movie starts and they're in high school and they were explaining about the whole snap thing, how people disappeared. They called it the blip.
I didn't like that.
I didn't mind it. I was just fucking second guessing myself a lot of time. Where like, wait, because I did think about like, oh, it must. So all of Peter Parker's friends must have gotten snapped.
Yeah.
And they addressed that in how some people reappeared back to exactly where they snapped, but all the other people were.
That also that creates like the whole thing where like you ever see like the memes of like say, or when people are like, what about the people that were like on an airplane or something? Like,
that's true. And maybe they show up back at that airplane, no matter where the airplane is, they'll show back up at that airplane.
But then I remember in Infinity War, at the end they show an airplane crashing.
At the end?
I think.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, helicopter.
Was it a helicopter?
Yeah, helicopter crashed to the building. Yeah. So what happened to that guy?
Yeah. But one of the airplanes was
the
pilot.
The airplanes. It could be endless, though. A lot of people doing random things.
Or they just came back somewhere safe.
Maybe.
It doesn't matter. It could have. Anyway.
Yeah, we did just a blip, but you get over that. So the first half of the movie is pretty much just Peter Parker in high school, and he goes on this trip. You know what? When I noticed that scene wasn't there from the trailer, you know how he was like, the cops were like, "Oh, are you the next Iron Man?" Like, yeah, I have to. I'm doing your guys' job or whatever. And he's like, "You guys got it. I'm going on vacation." You remember that?
Oh yeah.
That wasn't in there. That was weird. That could look like a pretty cool scene. That you could have started off with that instead.
They could have started off with like him being like Spider-Man, like doing random things.
Yeah.
And then lead on to something else.
Yeah, because at this point he is Spider-Man, and
yeah,
you need some more Spider-Man doing stuff, which is happens in the second half. But yeah, so in the first half, it's pretty much him and his trip with high school friends. Well, them getting ready to go on the trip, and you don't get a lot of Spider-Man in it. The first half, it's just pretty much built up for the thing, and that's what kind of felt off to me. I was like, okay, let's get to the superhero stuff. I don't know, maybe it was because the Endgame fatigue or coming off of Endgame, I expected a lot from this movie to be like a great movie. I like this movie, but I didn't like it as much as like Homecoming for me personally. Although I did think the action scenes in the last half were like pretty awesome, especially because Mysterio, in the end, we realized that he's using all these holograms as an illusion, and he's working with people that used to work with Tony Stark. That whole it was in Civil War, right? In Civil War, where Tony Stark shows us how augmented reality. Remember, he addresses it. Yeah, about the augmented reality. So. Yeah, he shows that they show that Jake Gyllenhaal's character Mysterio is the one who invented that. Then Tony Stark fired him because he was unstable. So he uses that kind of tech to pretty much portray him as a superhero. He gets all these big monsters. What do they call them? Trinity monsters.
Elementals.
The elementals. Wind. Oh yeah, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Earth, Wind, and Fire. This is before, no?
Earth, Wind, Fire, and Water.
Water, yeah. But then we learned that it was all a plot too, pretty much. Just to make himself seem as the top dog superhero. Yeah. I don't know because Tony Stark does leave Peter Parker these glasses called Edith, which pretty much just it's kind of like the Iron Man. It's kind of like Jarvis, but just a different program called Edith. So do you think that was his plan just to get those? They didn't know about those glasses, or was just that like a bonus thing?
Yeah, no, he mentioned. Like their plan was to get the glasses.
Oh, so he knew about the glasses.
Yeah, because he knew.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he knew
that one of the girls that was working with him knew that they were gonna. That what's his name? Tony left it for Peter. Yeah. Yeah, but then with Mysterio, he kind of everything that's happening, and Peter Parker feels a lot of the weight on his shoulder of the world, and he doesn't want to be the next Tony Stark, or he thinks he doesn't have what it takes to take on the mantle, so it is that plus the fact that he's
just pretty much still a kid.
Wants to live his life.
Yeah, with MJ. You know, it's weird. It's not weird, but this movie starts with him liking MJ, and we didn't get to see why he liked. Because at in Homecoming,
kind of like
in Homecoming
before.
Did they? Because in Homecoming,
I think
she was just like no.
Friend. Yeah, throughout the movie, she's just like.
He's interested in Liz, and he wasn't paying attention to her.
I'm pretty sure they do. I remember like something like that.
But this movie starts with him like, I fucking like her. Like I'm trying to get at her at this point.
Plus, I mean, it's been some time, so I guess.
It's been months? How long has it been?
It's been some time. I don't know, some time.
I guess. So how long has it been from Endgame?
I don't know. I don't think they say, but.
From Homecoming to this one, it's been only like a school year.
It's been months. I don't think
only months. So from then he goes from being over Liz to absolute 100% liking MJ.
No. Plus Homecoming, from Homecoming to Infinity War.
Oh, you're right.
There's some time there.
You're right. That was right before
Infinity War.
And
then, yeah, the blip happened, and then some months after at Endgame to now. So it's been some time.
Okay. I get. You're right. I forgot. I forget that Homecoming is before Infinity War. So I guess sometimes it does happen. But either way, he's pretty much focused on that, and because this is the other guy that was interested in. So that other guy that was interested in her, he got snapped back.
No, he left.
Oh, he
didn't
lived.
Get snapped out.
But he's still in high school.
Well, he grew up, but I don't know how.
Yeah, why is he there? That's what I'm saying. Because if he's 5 years older, why is he there?
Well, I guess they just knew him from before high school.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean.
That would make sense.
Okay, that makes sense. Because that guy said, "Oh, my little brother is older than me now."
Yeah.
Because that guy, that confused me. I was like, "Wait, what?" Yeah, it was funny. But yeah, so after Jake Gyllenhaal gets the glasses, from then on, that's when I started really liking the movie and enjoying it because he gets to see a lot of the.
I Spider-Man did think aspect. It does start off very
off as a movie in general. A lot of the comedic aspects from him and Ned, I was getting a little bit. Ned looks a lot older, by the way. Yeah. There were some zoom ins on his face, and I was like, "This kid is not in high school." They should have just made him stay.
But I think his age,
he stayed. He didn't get snapped up.
Yeah, like the beginning to me just felt slow. That's it.
Yeah.
But then once they get to what's it called in
Prague?
They're like in.
I think it was in Prague
when
he's
like
monsters.
He's wearing the black suit.
Yeah, I think it was in Prague.
At that point, from there on, it was like.
Yeah, the black suit was pretty cool. I didn't mind it.
Yeah, I was hoping they'd bring it back.
Yeah,
he only wore it that one time.
Yeah, I did. That was the theory going around that Mysterio was just being a big illusionist about those monsters, that it wasn't really.
Oh, I didn't.
So it wasn't really. You didn't really about.
I knew about.
So it wasn't.
Him,
I didn't. Wasn't a big surprise. I didn't feel like that was much of a big twist. The twist for me was like, though when the illusions were actually happening, and I didn't know what the hell was real. What was it?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Well, no, yeah, I like that too.
Yeah,
I
that
really
was awesome.
That looked really cool. Like
when Spider-Man was actually fighting him in that building.
Yeah, the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really liked that part. That part was cool.
Yeah, and then Samuel Jackson. What's his name? This fucking shit.
In the
and Nick Fury, yeah, he's like, oh, and he fucking shoots
to shoot him, yeah.
and he's like, oh, who else did you tell? And he's like, oh, I told MJ and Ed, and then he's like, all right, cool, thanks, and he comes back as Jake Gyllenhaal. I'm like, Jesus, well, what's real and what isn't? So those parts were cool. Those twists were fine for me. I did think I was not hoping, but I was thinking that some other Avenger or someone was gonna come out, and it just like maybe. Not really as a big deal, but just like as a consultant or something with like another thing with somebody.
I kind of liked that.
Then nobody came out.
Alone.
Yeah,
like because it was him kind of coming to becoming an actual hero, like actually like figuring out that he.
I guess it was
like yes, he has these responsibilities and it's a big deal for him, and it kind of ties back up with the whole, like this big thing of Spider-Man of like with big power comes great responsibility or something like that. With great power comes great responsibility. I feel like that was a big part of this movie. But
that
visually,
was, yeah, because that was the same thing as in Homecoming. Him being like a coming of age too. This one was a coming of superhero kind of thing. Because they addressed that in Homecoming too, how he wasn't ready and stuff, and then how Tony Hawk took away the suit.
But this was more like, I guess this was more of like
passing
like
on
actual.
This was more like passing on the torch from Tony Stark to him. I guess he's gonna be the. Because when we see
him, that's how they see him. Well, they didn't like show that a lot too. Like people seeing him like be very smart, do like things
as
like
the
that.
next Tony Stark, and then we see that in the plane when he's with Happy and he's making the suit.
Yeah.
And then the ACD / Led Zeppelin music starts to play.
I knew they were gonna play that too.
Did you?
Like I figured once he said like I'll play the music, I was like he's gonna put ACDs, and he did.
He's like I love Led Zeppelin. So at the end. When he does fight Mysterio, is Mysterio's actually dead, or do you think he's?
I don't know. I mean, it could have been.
Because what the hell? What's real?
No. I'm pretty sure he's dead. Because
at the end we do see the guy.
No point in bringing him back.
Yeah, the guy he was working with, the one that was behind the illusions and making the actual illusions happen. He was downloading the actual illusions, and he saved it on a flash drive.
He saved the thing that they sent at the end in the end credit scene.
What did they send?
In the video.
Oh, I see what you mean.
When they show in the video and they'd say Spider-Man is actually Peter Parker.
Right.
That whole scene, I think that's what he done.
That's all real, right? It'd be funny if that's all fake, but I'm sure that's all real. But
that it actually happened.
I'm not really too worried about it, to be honest. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Peter Parker's gonna find a way out of it. I'm sure what is he gonna do? Go to jail? I'm sure Shield is behind him, and I'm sure Nick Fury will pretty much take care of him. Well, actually, there's no Shield anymore, is there? Technically,
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure Pepper Potts trusts. I'm sure Pepper Potts has a way to getting Peter Parker out of this trouble. But now maybe people know.
Maybe they just.
I
mean, like Tony. Everybody knew he was Iron Man.
Yeah, but no. The thing I'm worried about is not that, but more that Mysterio said, "Oh, he was the one who was responsible for all this."
Oh, for people like
believe.
I don't think that's.
Yeah. So and then now people are everyone knows Peter Parker. The only thing that's going to be an issue is people being after MJ. Or his aunt. In other Spider-Man franchises and stuff, he's a photographer, so you don't think we're going to see him as a photographer here for the Daily Bugle?
They kind of implied it, but I doubt it.
I mean, he doesn't need money, right?
I don't think so.
You would think Tony left him some money.
I don't think... Well, I don't know, actually.
Well, he has access to Tony's stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't need... Yeah. So I don't think he would need that money, but maybe. And then he actually worked there as kind of like to become like a normal...
Just...
As a disguise kind of thing.
Like
but
Superman.
I guess, mostly. And, of course, of the money issue, too. The biggest thing I wanted from this movie was the little hint of what's going to be going on in the future for the MCU. I'm not too sure what's going to be happening. Even with the end credit scene, I don't know what's going to happen. I guess because, I mean,
think they're just trying to
they
say that there's a new, like a kind of like S.H.I.E.L.D., but in space.
Oh, I guess you're right. With the scrolls and...
Yeah.
I kind of want to prefer just to have Nick Fury there. I don't know why they have the scroll things and Nick Fury's where they're chilling. You think we'll still see Professor Hulk?
Hulk? I'm sure. I don't see why not.
I feel like he's not in the... We should not see the Hulk though anymore. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, technically, you haven't.
Haven't in a while, yeah.
I actually really liked it. I think I liked it more than Homecoming.
You did? I think as a whole Spider-Man movie, I liked Homecoming better because of... Just from start to finish, it's a good movie. I like the villain. I like the characters a lot more. For this one, I just like the second half better. I thought a lot of the comedic aspects didn't really land for me in the first half. But I mean, I still had a good time with it. It's still a Spider-Man movie and a Marvel movie. I'm just waiting to see what the hell the next movies are gonna be for the MCU and what they're gonna do. It's probably gonna be more space stuff since that was up there, like you said. But yeah, if you've seen Spider-Man Far From Home, you obviously have since you're watching this video. Let us know what you thought about it in the comments below. If you agree with us on what we said, if not, go ahead and just leave us your thoughts. All right, see ya.